Hello and welcome. Today we're going to be talking about why Duterte is the most popular world leader. Duterte is the only head of state in the world who enjoys a higher approval rating in his country. He has an approval rating of 91% in his home country of the Philippines, and he's received a warm welcome at the United Nations. He's even received praise from former President Obama. Before discussing what makes Duterte so popular, let's quickly discuss the biography of Rodrigo Roa Duterte. Rodrigo Duterte was born in Mason, Southern Leyte, Philippines on March 28, 1945, to Vicente Duterte, a lawyer and politician, and Soledad Roa Duterte. He has 4 children with Elizabeth Zimmerman, Paulo, Sebastian, Sarah, and Veronica. He attended the Lyceum of the Philippines University in Manila, where he received his bachelor's degree in 1968. In 1972, he received his Juris Doctorate from San Beda College, now De La Salle University. Duterte was mayor of Davao City for 7 terms and 22 years, although not consecutively. His father was the governor of Unified Davao and a member of President Ferdinand Marcos's cabinet. Keeping the faith in Duterte. The Philippines was facing record unemployment rates, with many people struggling to find food due to the lockdowns put in place because of COVID-19. Despite all of the challenges that the pandemic has brought, the Filipino people have kept faith in their president, Rodrigo Roa Duterte. In fact, his popularity has grown significantly, with a recent survey showing that he has a 91% public approval rating. 2. Popular amidst crisis. It's no secret that Duterte is a controversial figure. But despite his many critics, it seems that the majority of Filipinos continue to support him. In fact, his approval rating has reached an all-time high in the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic. This just goes to show that, despite the challenges, Filipinos believe Duterte is the best man for the job. 3. Higher rating. The latest poll from Pulse Asia, one of the Philippines' most authoritative and independent polling agencies, shows that President Duterte's approval rating has jumped 4% since the last poll in December. 87% of respondents said they approved of the job Duterte was doing, making him one of the most popular presidents in the country's history. 4. Critics stumped. The survey results were a shock to his critics. It showed that Duterte was more popular than ever. It also showed that a new generation of leaders, who are seen as populists, are just as popular as ever. This is despite the fact that these leaders have been criticized for their responses to the pandemic. 5. Perceived honesty. Jose Ga, who runs a 35-year-old furniture business, trusts the president because he is honest. Remember when he returned a Rolex given by a tycoon? That alone makes him trustworthy. His shop was shut for several months and has struggled since reopening. His sentiments are shared by many in the country of 110 million inhabitants. 6. Tough on drugs, smugglers, corruption. For years, drug dealers and their protectors have ruled the streets of the Philippines. When Rodrigo Duterte was elected president, he promised to crack down on the drug trade, and Filipinos were hopeful that finally, something would be done about the destructive effect drugs were having on youngsters. Duterte's war on drugs has been flawed in many ways, but one of the most controversial aspects has been his naming and shaming of 5 narco generals, all senior police officers. The nation was shocked when Duterte publicly named these officers, but many Filipinos see this as the sort of strongman tactics that have been needed all along. On several occasions, Duterte has personally overseen the destruction of luxury cars that have been smuggled into the country's Ferraris, Lamborghinis, etc. This is his message to smugglers and their cohorts at the Philippines Customs Bureau that he's not going to tolerate their illegal activities anymore. 7. Sky-high ratings. The Philippine economy is in for a tough year, with experts predicting a contraction of 7.3%. This is the second worst performance in the region, behind only Thailand. This dramatic fall from the average 6% growth seen over the past decade is sure to have an impact on Duterte's approval ratings. Some measures currently have his approval ratings as the highest worldwide. 8. Runaway popularity. The Pulse Asia survey found that 92% of respondents approved of Duterte's handling of the COVID-19 crisis, while 84% approved of his overall administration. Duterte's key political allies, Senate President Vicente Sotto III, 84%, and House Speaker Alan Peter Cayetano, 78%, received high approval ratings. 9. Generous with insults. Duterte has never been one to shy away from insulting anyone he perceives as a threat, no matter how powerful they may be. He has made disparaging remarks about rape victims, his political rivals, former U.S. President Barack Obama, twice, Canadian PM Justin Trudeau. If insults could kill, his rivals would have been decimated 10 times over. 10. President Rodrigo Duterte of the Philippines has been cozying up to China, despite the fact that the mainland is the biggest source of drugs that end up on Philippine streets. His supporters view this as a pragmatic accommodation of a powerful neighbor. In November 2019, police arrested a suspected Chinese drug trafficker and seized from him more than 370 kilograms of meth, with an estimated street value of more than 2.5 billion pesos, $119 million. The drugs were discovered in a suburban Makati City apartment of Lu Chao, who was arrested. It was one of the largest illegal drugs hauls in 2019. Two of Lu's drug dealers were later arrested with 17 more than kilograms of methamphetamine. 11. The pandemic putting a halt to many of Duterte's plans, various infrastructure projects have been restarted in an effort to combat years of neglect. The president has encouraged private companies to invest billions of dollars into projects like airports, skyways, power plants, and bridges. This is seen as a way to create jobs and improve the standard of living for many Filipinos. That's all for today's video. I hope this video is informative for you. Before you go, please like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.